Hello, and welcome to our lesson on project execution and change management. This segment will cover Change Management Framework. The Change Lifecycle Framework is a concurrent set of subprocesses where multiple activities take place in an ordered but non-sequential way. It is an iterative model where adaptive change occurs on a continual basis in response to evolving circumstances. The change management framework is integral to project management success, and it is a key component of the project delivery model. Neglecting change management activities can result in success rates of less than 40% for projects. Therefore, the inclusion of change management practices within the project delivery model is vital to overcome barriers to change and ensure the swift and effective implementation of project outcomes. The change management project delivery process has a lifecycle framework encompassing the following phases: formulate change, plan change, implement change, manage transition, sustain change. The change is initiated by translating an organization's strategic plan into tangible objectives that are aligned with stakeholders' needs and expectations. The following are steps in formulating the change. Identify and clarify the need for change. Establish the need for change and the contribution needed for continued growth and sustainable competitive advantage. Assess readiness for change. Assess the change, readiness of organizational systems, structures, culture, and people that are impacted by or needed for the change. Delineate scope of change. Clarify the expected outcomes of the change and define the extent and activities necessary for successful change. Plan for change by including both the what and how of change so that people, process, technology, structure, and cultural issues are all integrated into the overall project plan. A seamless integration of the change plan, how, with the project plan's what is essential so that only one plan exists. The following are steps in planning the change. Define the change approach. Align the change approach with the culture of the organization. Plan stakeholder engagement. Identify and engage all stakeholders, internal and external, affected by or interested in the outcomes and plan for their ongoing involvement. Plan transition and integration. Design a plan that includes all of the activities necessary to achieve objectives and integrate with business operations. Planning, implementation, and transition processes are overlapping, which reinforces the concept that change implementation is an iterative process. Implementation, more specifically, concerns the process of successfully delivering project outputs to the business. The following are steps in implementing the change. Prepare the organization for change. Identify areas where specific support is required and implement support activities. Mobilize stakeholders. Inform stakeholders of the ultimate objectives for the change and enable them to actively participate in decisions impacting the change. Deliver project outputs. Products, services, and results are considered to be outputs from the change initiative. The transition process links the change initiative with the operations side of the business and business as usual. It incorporates the measures to enable the organization to sustain long-term changes. The following are steps in managing transition. Transition outputs into business. During the change process, as results are being delivered, continue the ongoing transition process by integrating the new capabilities into business as usual. Measure adoption rate, outcomes, and benefits. Measure results at the business level, not just in terms of product results, but in terms of performance results. Adjust the plan to address discrepancies. All change initiatives have a degree of uncertainty and ambiguity. Therefore, the team needs to adjust the plan regularly to account for changing or evolving circumstances. The success of any change initiative lies in the benefit value for the organization and its stakeholders. Therefore, it is important to sustain the change through several ongoing activities that exceed the traditional scope of projects. The following are steps in sustaining change: ongoing communication, consultation, and representation of stakeholders. The success of the change is reinforced by two-way communication and consultation with stakeholders. Conduct sense-making activities. Ongoing conversation and social practices that enable people to make sense of what is happening during the change. Measure benefits realization. measure the success of the change through its impact on the organization. This is the end of this segment of our lesson. In the next segment, we will discuss Managing Change in Organizational Project Management. This course is presented to you by South Europe College. Thank you for listening, and see you on our next segment.